It's called Grandmother's Chair. Oh, I think it's going to be fun. What do you think? Huh? Think it's going to be fun? All right. Let's see what it is all about. Okay. I guess this is about a little girl named Katie. When Katie came to visit her grandmother, she asked, "Grammy, how did you ever fit in that little chair?" "Well, I was little too," her grandmother answered, "just as small as you. You can see it's a little chair, like most of you must have like a little rocking chair or a little chair that you use at home." Well, that's what Katie saw, and she couldn't figure out, how did Grandma fit in that chair? Well, Grandma was little too once. "What did you look like then? Let me see if we can find a picture," said her grandmother, taking down the big leather family album from the bookcase. Together they sat on the living room couch and they turned the pages. See how? When Mommy reads to you or Grandma reads to you, do you sit beside her and turn the pages with her too? Yeah. We all did that. I did that too when I was little. "Look, here's my own mother, your great-grandmother, sitting in the chair when she was a little girl. See her favorite doll and her fancy china tea set? She was a lot like you." "A lot like me?" "Yes, a lot like you. She tried to tell me how she loved to sing with her mother and listen to her daddy's stories, and at night she watched the stars." Here she is. Mother's playing the piano and she's singing along with him. Any of you have pianos at home? Do you? And do you sing along with it too?
I used to have one.
You used to have one.
Me too.
That's fun. That's lots of fun. "Let's see if we can find a picture of you," said Katie. "Look, here I am," said her grandmother. "It was my 4th birthday. I remembered. My mother wrapped the chair in shiny paper and lined it with a big bow. I was so excited when I opened the package. The chair was just my size. I put it by the radio where I could sit and listen to the music." So that chair was a present. A very special present, I guess, too. "Were you like me?" "A lot like you. I sang with my mother and listened to my daddy's stories, and at night I watched the stars." Goodness. Then what happened? "At last, I grew too big to sit on the chair anymore. We put it up in the attic to keep it safe for another day." That's what attics are. You know, attics are the place that's way up. You all know what an attic is.
Yeah.
And you store things in it for another day. So that's pretty nice. They had a nice big attic. And they stored the chair away. Katie began turning the pages of the album. "Can you guess who sat on the chair next?" her grandmother asked. "Mummy," guessed Katie. "You guessed right. Here she is on her 4th birthday. That's the funny green corduroy alligator I made for her. She's sitting by the TV, drinking from her favorite red mug with the crazy twisty straw." She's drinking and she's got an alligator that her Grammy had made for her. That's nice. Do you ever have any homemade toys anymore? Do you? Oh my God, that's wonderful. Usually everybody's running to the stores buying them. That's great. That's really great.
My mom's mom.
Your great-grandmother.
Yeah.
That's it. Good girl. "Was she like me?" "A lot like you. She sang with me and listened to Grandpa's stories, and at night she watched the stars." Then what happened? Then it was her turn to grow up. In a while she grew too big to sit on the chair anymore. Up in the attic it went so it would be safe for another day. That means 2 people have already grown up and sat on the chair and This is the third one coming. You mean safe for me, asked Katie. Yes, safe for you to take home tomorrow, because it's now your turn to sing with your mother and listen to your daddy's stories. And when you grow up, the little chair will go into your attic, safe for another day. Safe for my own little girl, Katie smiled as she closed the album. I wonder what she'll be like, said her grandmother. I know, said Katie. She'll be a lot like me. I wouldn't be surprised, said her grandmother, picking Katie up in her arms. How pretty that is. Grandma's holding Katie. But now it's time for bed. Put on your bathrobe and your slippers, and let's go watch the stars. Just like her mother, her grandmother, and her great-grandmother did. They all ended up sitting watching the stars. Wasn't that a nice little book? Did you like it? Well, tell me how much you liked it. A lot? Good, good. I am very glad. I am very glad.
10 times. I liked it 5 times.
You liked it 5 times more?
I liked it 10 times.
10 times more.
I liked it 10 times. I liked it.
I'll bet you did. I'll bet you did.
I liked it 12. I liked it 1,000.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad.
I like it 100,000.
And do you all like to sit and listen with your grandmothers and your mothers when they read stories to you? That's a good thing. What kind of stories do they read to you? And do you have a favorite? Scooby-Doo stories. Well, yeah. I'm sure you probably read the Dr. Seuss stories too.
I do.
I love Dr. Seuss.
I do.
Yes, yes.
I do not.
Good, good. Well, this was a wonderful time I've had reading to you. You have any stories you want to tell me? Oh, we're all quiet. We don't have any stories.
Oh,
That's good. That's a good thing.
I'm surprised.
I'm surprised too. I usually get a story or two. Yes.
I like the Dr. Seuss.
You like the Dr. Seuss stories. Yes, I do too.
I love
The what one?
the regular ones.
She likes regular stories. Like what? Who's your favorite regular story? What's your favorite regular story? You don't remember? That's okay. You don't have to remember. But I want to thank you for being... Oh, yes, Dawn. Oh, everybody must know that story, don't you? You all know Peter Pan?
Oh,
That's a great story. Did you watch the movie of Peter Pan? Yes. Yeah, yeah. And how about the movie Annie? Have you all watched the movie Annie? Yeah, that's a great movie too. That was really good too. Well, I want to thank you all so very much for being so good and quiet and listening to the story. I do hope you enjoyed it. Okay? Thank you.
boys and girls, can we all say thank you to Mrs. Smith?
Thank you, Mrs. Smith.
You're very, very welcome. And thank you. I appreciate you all being so good. And I'll probably see you next year in 1st grade, right? What do you think?
Yes.
All right.
13 more days till first grade.
Yeah.
13, we're gonna cut
Next
down.
step up, right?
Yeah, my goodness. Very good. All right, boys and girls, nice job. Let's